Here following practice today as the Bulldogs get ready to take on Northwood here in the first round of the Division II playoffs. Coach, maybe just talk about this opportunity for your team here in postseason action.
Well, it's that time of year, right, where this is kind of where you want to make things happen. And as I said to the guys, dreams can die fast. It's all of a sudden you don't play your best and everybody's great. Everybody's great, including Northwood. Dusty's done a great job in his 3 years there, and they're a complete team, and very impressed by what they've done and how well they've performed this year and how he's built his program. So they're the real deal, and we got to be really good to beat them.
How special was it for you guys to finish off another undefeated regular season here with the win over Davenport?
Yeah, it's very special, very special, very challenging. It takes its toll. Physically it's taken its toll. So right now in our mind, we got to just try to take care of our bodies and be prepared. But this is the new age of Division II football, not having a bye week when you bust your tail to be 11-0 and hope to get a bye week, right? So I want that bye week. I want it right now, but not going to get it. So we've got to fight on our hands, and we'll be prepared.
Obviously, taking on Northwood, this will be a different opponent, out-of-league game. How much of a change is that, playing opponents that you don't see each and every week?
Well, it's it's not like it was last year in that we played in the first round Central Oklahoma, and so there's a lot of distance and a lot of knowledge that is like different than playing Northwood. So playing Northwood, they're D coordinator, coach here in 2013, so knows our program, knows our system. Their head coach has been in the conference for 3 years, not in the conference, but at Northwood for 3 years, but also was the Albion head coach and did great. So he knows a lot about us, and they're E.J. Arnold's their special teams coordinator. And he always makes me nervous. So be ready for a fake punt or a fake kickoff onside deal. So you just got to be ready for all of it. But they're a good staff, and they're probably very familiar with us compared to like maybe an out-of-state team.
How much of a factor was it getting that top seed and having a chance to play here at home in the playoffs?
That's great. It feels like we haven't been home in a long time. So, you tell me we're really good at home, right? You say that, and so I'm feeling good about that. But I think it's a comfortable situation. It's a long haul going on the road on a regular, because if you're on the road the first week and you win, you're on the road the second week, and if you win, you're on the road the third week. Typically, that's how it works. We did that grind back in 18, but recently we've been on the benefit of being at home when we've made good runs. So hopefully that's a big factor.
A couple of slower starts these last couple of weeks. Now in the playoffs, you do not want to start slow. What do you think has gone behind those slow starts, and what are you doing to prevent that from happening this weekend?
Yeah, just being prepared. The first drive against Davenport was a pretty good drive, and then we turned it over, and then we just made a couple early mistakes, and our defense, it's taken them a while to settle in the last 3 weeks actually, and so I guess just having the right mindset to really perform really well early instead of late. But I'm going to be bluntly honest. Everybody's like, oh, Ferris has slipped the last 2 weeks, and I look back at the games the year before, when in 2024, and we played Saginaw to a 28-24 game, and we were down against Davenport at half 9-7, and we only scored 28 against Saginaw and 24, I think, against Davenport. So I feel like, we're still really productive, but how people are, I'm getting, emails about, how to psychologically get our guys ready before the game. And people are sending me like pregame speeches and stuff. So I'm just going to push the record button and play it to the guys, and maybe it'll be something really inspiring to get them to play early. But who knows? But I think that we'll come out and play good Saturday.
Do you often get emails from fans giving you ideas for motivational speeches?
If you knew some of the emails that people will send me, it's pretty insane. So, but yeah, it's everybody has a say. We're just at the mercy of all the smart people out there that know more than we know.
Taking on a Northwood team that hasn't been here in some times in the playoffs, are you expecting a hunger or an energy from them, and how do you meet that?
Yeah, I think they're an energy team. I think Coach coaches that way. I think that that's how he's turned it so quickly, is through energy. So they're going to be fired up, and I've said it from the beginning. We're a team that obviously we've endured some real challenges, and people view as an opportunity to play us, which I don't blame them. I understand it, and it's just hard. It's a hard spot. We just gotta just have the tenacity to keep on doing what we do, and we've been able to do it. So hopefully we continue.
Number 1 seed, you're at home. Is it hard to remind your guys to forget all that on Saturday and do what they have to do to advance in the first round?
Yeah, we don't. We won't even think about anything other than trying to beat Northwood. I mean, that's the way we're built. That's how we've done what we've done. And so, yeah, we're pretty much tuned in with that mindset.
Do those previous rounds, though, or runs to the playoffs help condition these guys for what to expect in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, every game, like going back, playing Pittsburgh State is kind of a playoff atmosphere. Or, obviously the Grand Valley game was wild here. So those are games where, there's a lot on the line, let alone the Saginaw game or the Davenport game. So we've had a lot of meaningful games, but so have they. I mean, they played Tiffin probably with their playoff life on the line, and they pulled that one out in overtime. And they played Walsh last week, and it was a grind right down to the wire. So, so both of us have been battle tested, and I think both teams will probably bring their best on Saturday.
Pointing things out on my end, the Super Region's always called one of the best out of all the four. Looking at the pool, would you agree that's the case this year?
Yeah, it's a little different, right? I don't know much about some of the other teams because we haven't, we haven't played them. We played Harding, but they're now in Region 4. We played Northwest. They're in Region 4 now. And we played Pittsburgh State, and they're in Region 4 now. So those were the three teams consistently. Ouachita isn't in the playoffs, but add Wash to it. Those are the four teams that we were used to playing quite a bit. And then these teams, they're from, like Duluth and Minnesota State Mankato, they were in Region 4, and Ashland and those guys in the GMAC were in Region 1. And so now it's kind of a different mix. The only team that really has been in Region 3 with us, I guess, is Indy, right? And we have never really played them in the playoffs. So it's different. It's hard to know who's this and who's that, but we'll figure it out.
My last question, you're the only GLIAC team in the postseason. Is that different for you guys?
Yeah, that's different. It's, it's unfortunate. It's still a really strong conference. And some people beat each other up. That was hard. And then, with the way it is, it's, we just, I guess against Pittsburgh State week, I guess, there's quite a few GLIAC teams that lost, and so that set people behind right away. And then, it's just the formulas. I don't even know the whole deal, but it feels different. It's unfortunate because it is a strong conference. Hopefully over time it changes.